Duty.
Wolves came in through the back door. Don't trust anyone.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no
It
more.
takes place in 1991.
Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Today we celebrate the mystery of American renewal.
Something's going on. Something big.
I'm a fire starter. Terrific fire starter.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
Oh, now I have
How's
to,
it look?
mute this.
I'm a fire starter. Terrific fire starter.
The age
Oh,
is
the music. Sorry, I have to mute it because of the music. Okay, so we're playing Firestarter by The Prodigy. And of course, I cannot play that on stream because then I'm going to get copyrighted.
see. What the hell
So
are we
here we
getting
go.
into?
Can we not do this? Please, Microsoft, can you play non-copyrighted music over there? Oh, look at that. So I have characters that are coming back from previous ones, from previous Call of Duty games. And then we have all this action taking place. This is Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
You out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
Things are getting crazy, as we can see. So are we going to play as Adler and all these people, or are we just going to play as the one character? Is the question that I have. It will be interesting to see. Carajo.
Continue to bless the United States of America.
So,
You just got a first look at the campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Set in the 1990s after the Cold War ends,
I want to
where
say that
the
we got to
truth
look at the
isn't what it seems.
campaign. We got to look at
It's an honor to stand here representing
A
the
trailer
creative
of the
teams at
game.
Activision. And please stay tuned after the showcase, where we will take you inside the studios to hear directly from Treyarch and Raven, who are working on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You'll get a 25-minute deep dive into the story and a sneak peek at multiplayer and zombies. It's been 10
Zombies.
years since Call of Duty has been in our show. It's been even longer since all Call of Duty players got the same game at the same time.
Here we go.
Going forward, everyone will experience the game, including the Black Ops 6 beta, the season expansions, and the updates at launch.
Hell yeah.
There are currently over 100 million people who play Call of Duty every month. We hope to grow that community by
We're no
making
longer
Black
going to
Ops
be
6 the first Call of Duty game
stuck with,
that will be available
time
in Game Pass
exclusivities.
day one. So no matter where you play,
That's what you
everyone
had
is
before,
welcome to
which is
experience
good,
Call of
right?
Duty
That's what we
Black
want.
Ops 6 on
When-
October 25th.
October 25th. Yep.
I'm incredibly
That was the
excited
rumor
for today's
date.
show. I'm standing
And
here
it seems
thinking
that that
about
is
all the
true.
passion that has gone in to this show what it is. It's an
I'm trying to
honor
make myself
to share the
smaller
latest efforts from our
Hopefully
partners
this is
around the
working
world
the way it
and
needed
from
to
our own
work.
creative teams at
So my
Activision,
apologies
Bethesda,
if
Blizzard, and
having
Xbox
some
Game Studios,
issues.
who are doing what I believe is some of their best work ever. And now I get to introduce something that is special to me. As someone who has played games for as long as I have, it's amazing that I get to set up this world premiere. So
What are
thank
we
you
getting?
for joining us, and
guys,
please enjoy
smaller.
the show.
So here we go, right into Call of Duty Direct. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And so I'm assuming this is probably gonna be like 30 minutes because I don't know what we can talk about here. I'm gonna. I actually have a family commitment that I'm already late for, so I'm going to give it 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to dip out because I can't stay much longer here. I'm already almost an hour late for what I needed to do. Okay, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct.
Hello,
And also to see if they give us
Los
any of
Angeles, and
substance.
thanks for
This
joining
could be
us
just like
today.
a bunch of
We're
crap
excited to share what we've been
marketing.
working on for the
Nothing
past
on
few
it.
years. For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This
I
means
give
we're
myself
delivering
20
a new
minutes.
level
I'm gonna
of
see what
polish
happens
and
in 20
innovation
minutes.
across all
There's
parts of the
nothing.
game.
I'm
I've
gonna
been
be
working
out.
here
I'm
for
gonna
over
be done.
20 years, and I can tell you that we have
Because,
something special on our hands with Black
I don't
Ops 6.
see
I know that
the
the team are
point
excited
if
to give
they
you a
don't,
deep
because,
dive
like I said
into our
earlier, we
campaign
got the
and global
trailer at the very
innovations
beginning
across the
of
entire game.
Xbox's event. They're not going to give us a lot of gameplay on this, if any. I know they're going to talk about all this new stuff that they're showing.
With Black Ops 6,
so
we're taking
we'll
players
see.
to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops
This is
fashion,
going to take
our
place
story
in
builds on real
1991,
history,
actually.
thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government,
Okay.
branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that created them.
For the first time,
The team has been
you've
meticulously
gone rogue on
crafting
Call of
every
Duty
aspect of this
1,000
game
different
to deliver the
times. What do you
fun
mean
and
for the
attitude
first
players
time?
expect from the Black Ops franchise.
BS number 1.
Multiplayer is of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a playground for the brand new Omni movement system. New way to push beyond your limits
Oh
and
my
move
god,
like an
we
action
have a
hero.
new movement.
You'll see a sneak peek of that later today. Round-based zombies
Okay.
is absolutely back and better than ever, and you can be sure it's full of surprises.
I do not care
With
about
that,
zombies.
Let's step into the mind-bending
I am
campaign
over
experience
it.
we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
Okay, are we going to get the same trailer we got earlier? Yes, we are. We're getting the
No
same
turning back
trailer.
now.
Oh no, we're actually getting gameplay. No, we're not getting gameplay.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite
my
campaign
God, these
mission.
people.
When we set out to make Black Ops 6,
They are
we were
so
focused on
annoying
delivering
when they
missions
do
so
this.
iconic that they stick in your memory long after.
Dude, we know
We're
what Call
bringing
of
that
Duty is.
action-packed blockbuster
Everybody
feel
knows
to
what Call
every
of
step
Duty
of
is.
the
Just
narrative.
show us the freaking game.
We're giving you more
Shut
variety,
up.
more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
How about you just shut up and show me the game?
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery.
Dude, we get it.
It's a high-octane
like every Call of
spy
Duty
thriller
game.
where you're
Wow,
never sure who
exciting.
to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop
You're gonna
of
show
the
us the
early
same
90s.
things you showed us
The
before.
Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in
People,
government,
you want to know what
reflected
happened in
everywhere
1991 between
across
the
the
US and
music,
Russia? Go
television,
on
and pop culture of the
Wikipedia and
time.
look it up. Let us see the game.
When we
don't
talk
need
about
we don't
Black
need a
Ops
history
timeline,
lesson.
Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
Black Ops
Just
6
fixing
blends
the
the rich and gritty
white
history of
balance,
previous
because I'm
franchise
using my
titles
white balance goes
with
off all
bold new
the time.
characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story.
Bro, I'm
In
getting
this new
really
chapter,
annoyed
we
with
see a
this
different side of
shite.
Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez. He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege
Sorry, but
is
do we
Troy
need-
Marshall, who's been making a name
Do
for
we
himself
need
in the
this?
field.
Do we need all this
Marshall is a reluctant leader
background
driven by a
on these
strong moral
people?
compass.
No one
Marshall and Woods are working
cares,
with another new face in
Raven.
Black Ops
No
6,
one
CIA handler
cares.
Jane Harrow.
We just want
She's a
to
born leader,
look at the
fearless and brilliant,
gameplay.
and helps manage their relationships
Holy
within the agency.
shit.
Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable
Sorry,
to
I'm
the
really,
CIA,
really annoyed
whether
right
they
now
want to
about
admit
this.
it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make. But when an operation goes wrong, Woods and Marshall are suspended and ultimately forced to go rogue. They soon realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on.
Okay, got it. Understood.
without
Thank you
any
for
of
the
their usual
background.
resources. They have to build their own team, recruiting
no.
2 exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius,
Didn't
Savati
we play
Dumas,
this
a
already?
mysterious assassin.
I remember playing this same story before.
With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies have become new
what was
allies.
that game? The
And
game
with
with
the sudden
Adler.
return of notorious
There.
operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
We played the same story with Adler on his game,
Black Ops
whatever it was, Black Ops 5. That's what it was, Black Ops 5, where Adler has to build his
Our
own
goal was
team
to offer
because
players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted from the ground up. One moment you'll be storming a palace, the next you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino. We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences.
we don't care.
Within these missions, we wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways,
Then
giving
show
players the
us that
freedom to
gameplay.
navigate through them as they see fit. Where we have different combat styles, we
Look, kids,
also
this is how
have
they make
conversation
video
opportunities
games.
where you can talk, barter, and
This
manipulate
is
your
what's
way into
called
different
mocap.
experiences.
People
And we
dress up
think
and
you'll wanna
reenact the
replay levels to see
scenes,
them
and
all.
then we put it in the game, just like every single game and movies down nowadays that has CGI characters. Wow. Bet you didn't know that.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach,
line them up right, you can take them both down with one shot.
Okay, this is the same gameplay that we get on
continue to
every
push on what's possible
single
in terms of how our enemy
Call of
combatants
Duty game,
behave.
where you go to
Your
the
enemies will be
room
relentless,
and they go like,
constantly
okay,
seeking to
you
outmaneuver
got
you
that
throughout
one,
the levels.
I get that one, and then you do it at the same
But
time, and then you
escape
move
routes,
forward.
push on players' location, and force them to think on their feet.
Come on, dude.
We've created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective. One mission
Why
in
are you
particular takes
wasting
place in
our
a
time
vast
like
desert in
this?
Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
Look alive, people! They know we're coming!
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
So you just saw what the player's gonna do. What we saw on that cutscene is exactly what we're
We
gonna
are
do as
excited to
players.
offer
Just
great
gonna
brand new equipment,
walk from
as
here
well as
to
some
there,
favorites from the Black
from there
Ops
to there,
universe.
and then they're gonna
RCXD,
cutscene, they're gonna pass the car, cutscene, pass the car.
Tranquilizer trap, adrenaline stem, homing knife, disruptor,
The campaign is grounded within an expanded campaign hub called
The
the
hell
Safe
was
House.
that?
You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this
Yeah.
time, we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about
That's
the
what it
environment.
was, Cold War.
We chose to have our
It's the
team's
exact
hub
same type of
located
game.
in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside.
Shut up.
What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was operational during the 50s and 60s.
So what?
This brings a lot of intrigue to the safe house and
No, it
will allow
doesn't.
players to explore and discover secrets from the past.
It did
The
the
team
exact
is
same thing with
also
Cold
bringing
War,
back
and there
the
was
evidence
nothing
board,
to do
which
with
is
that.
still the
In
centerpiece
that
of the
warehouse,
Safe House
there were like a
experience,
couple
but
of puzzles
with
that
brand
you
new
solved, and then you got
Players
this
can
message
view the campaign
that
outline,
led you to
gain deeper
nowhere.
insights into
That went
missions,
nowhere.
and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
This is such a bunch of BS, bro.
Okay, the attacker comes in.
I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
That's how games I make it. Look how exciting
That was
this
sick.
is.
Great. I think we got it.
With Black Ops 6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that
What
keeps
was
players
that?
immersed across every
Oh
single
my
mode.
god. What was the point of that?
We've pushed ourselves
That's
at every
ridiculous.
corner to innovate and craft
That was sick.
the most signature Black
think
Ops
we got it.
experience for our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty.
Stupid,
And
bro.
with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game. For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero. With an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide,
I don't think so.
dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees
Okay,
range
that
of motion.
is actually cool.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why?
That actually is
And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to all the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. That being able to roll
It's really been something that
when
changes
you
how
are
think and
prone
play the
is
game,
actually going
whether
to
it's
be
campaign,
cool.
MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you experience Omni Movement, there's no going back.
There isn't gonna be going back because that's what the game is. What the hell are you talking about?
We also have what we're calling intelligent movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: sprint assist, mantle assist,
Look at
and
this
crouch
mess
assist.
of a menu.
And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning.
How about we work on the menu
Intelligent
system?
movement really
How
started
about
with this idea
you
that
make
we
the
want all
menu
players
easier
focus on
to
what they want to
use?
do and not how to do it. We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or
And it sounds
experience
like I'm
with
hating on Call of Duty,
to be
but I
able to
just hate
engage
all
with
this
Omni
marketing
Movement
BS
and
that
live
isn't
out
going
their own
anywhere, that
action
isn't
hero
going to give us
fantasy in Black
anything
Ops
new.
6.
It's just a bunch of BS. Like they could have talked about this movement from the
We looked at
beginning,
other genres
instead of
like
all the
racing
BS
games, where they have
about
these great
background in the
assist
game and
settings that can be
shit
turned
nobody
on and off.
cares about.
Things like traction control or assisted braking, and we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options. I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup. Hit zones are regions on a character that react when taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions. So
Wow.
now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. Okay?
That's pretty cool. I like
So
that.
world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's going to dynamically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And since it's dynamic, it'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner. We're constantly looking for opportunities to
this
set
is
the bar
important.
with
This
movement
is
and animations
actually
in Black
good
Ops 6.
information. All that crap that we heard before, it wasn't.
Take cover!
Our
here we
team
go
is
with the BS.
super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done. Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life. We made sure to have special attention to the cuticles and make sure that they don't look like they're just freshly cut. There's dirt in between their nails, the oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through situations that they're in. We're paying attention to every detail.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
The thing that I'm most excited about is the number of new weapons from the era that we've
And it
added,
doesn't
which
matter
includes
because you
many
buy
that are
skins
brand new to
and
the franchise.
shit anyway, and then so your characters
Our
cover.
heroes
Look
are
at all
rogue
this.
operatives,
Look
and
at
they
everything that we're
operate
looking
outside the
here.
normal playbook.
The
That
people
means
are
they're
wearing
procuring
gloves and
gear
stuff.
by any
Like,
means necessary.
okay.
And that allowed us to pull a unique
so you
mix
see
of
this
weapons.
these bare hands. Is that going to be the whole game? No.
We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon
We're talking
to
about,
match
and we're
any
talking about
play style that
campaign
you can
here,
imagine,
right?
all
We're not
while
talking about
maintaining the
multiplayer.
feel
So
and
not
tone
are
of the
all
era.
these things going to move into multiplayer too?
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
The Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when they need it, and our in-game HUD is no different. From the mini-map to the ammo widget to in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will be able to change their HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs. For instance, streamers can choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away. Want to play hardcore anywhere, or finally put the mini-map in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome. As players track that elusive challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6 delivers an end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back, where player progress and achievement are celebrated.
The lobby looks exactly the same as every lobby that they had for the last, I don't know, 6 years. I like that. I like being able to make your own hub, you know. And again, my white balance is screwed up. This keeps happening.
Early on in Black Ops 6's development, we set a goal to make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle prestige. Traditional prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We've pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to enter prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again. Black Ops 6 will have 10 prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status. Players who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through and a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The full Prestige system is available on day one in Black Ops 6.
Oh, really? Because why wouldn't it? You're releasing a game that has a feature that you're announcing, so it should be available day one. That should not be an announcement of, hey, by the way, it's going to be available day one.
We know how many of our players look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a deep dive on it later in the year. For now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience.
Good
we
job.
focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6. Now, I said we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're going to get some early details on maps.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2. What do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium-sized, like better for hardcore pacing to keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player to make.
Okay.
The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
Well, this is all good information that we're getting here.
We've covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you without giving you just one more thing.
We're almost done. Oh, thank you. Oh, zombies. really don't care about zombies, people. I really do not care about zombies. I'm sorry. It is fun. I'm not gonna say that it isn't fun because it is fun,
Round-based
but
zombies
eventually
is back.
it's like
Picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets.
Zombies is fun.
The legacy
for
of zombies
like 5 minutes.
is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Steph interviewed AB. Mark?
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th. Make sure to stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get hands-on Black Ops 6 so you can be prepped and ready to jump into our MP beta and feel Omni movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch. And it's not just about launch, because the team is already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
She's not allowed to talk about Warzone, guys.
Was and still is to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move.
I like this Omni movement.
In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige, then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible. The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based zombies. There is so much more to share across all 3 game modes before the game officially launches on October 25th. On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
So it looks like we're getting ready to wrap it up, which is good. It needs to be wrapped up. All right, October 25th. And of course, your pre-order bonus, because it is not complete without your pre-order bonus. Pre-order now to get all this crap. Okay. It looks like that is it, so I'm going to... that's the best I can do it right now, because the problem is that if you don't know, at the beginning of my stream, my camera actually didn't work. It wasn't working the way I needed to work. So camera is not the best right now because I'm using my phone and I'm streaming the camera from my phone into Streamlabs. And so, yeah. Anyway, so what did we see? We had Call of Duty. We had, of course, Call of Duty October 25th. We have all these announcements from Xbox, and I gave my opinion as the show went. So if you want to see what my opinions were about the trailers and stuff, it's going to be there. I'm going to apologize for this again, but it looks weird purpley. but it was a pretty good show. That the thing that impacted me the most, I'm gonna say, was the fact that we didn't really have that many third-party companies putting games out on Xbox, because Xbox is become such a big publisher, and they own so many studios now that a lot of those games that used to be third-party are now first-party. And so that was really interesting to see that the amount of games that Xbox is going to have that have become first-party games. Now, I'm kind of excited about some of the things that we saw. And again, as I said, it's going to be in that in the video as the event went on. I gave my opinions, but that is it for me. Tell me what you think about the event. What do you think about what we saw from Xbox? What do we think about the new Call of Duty, which I'm going to split into a separate video? And let me know your comments about everything that we saw today. I'm going to go now. Thank you very much if you watched the stream. If you're looking at this later, thank you very much for watching the video. As always, make sure you give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Always go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching. I really, really appreciate your viewership and subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. I'm going to go now. Bye.